Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Utah State Aggies offense takes the field. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quick strike complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. You want to give this guy a chance to get some yards after the catch, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, give the defense credit. You saw their speed rallying to the football on the perimeter.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. He'll try to get it through the air. Got his man quickly. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the tailback. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Jukes his way for more. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this brief, David, if I were allowed to have pushing passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. That's a good spot on the field to go for it. Really, everything to gain and not much to lose.
Yeah, and most coaches discuss or know pregame warm-ups how far their kickers can kick it. Do I have a boot to even consider this? But I think you want to stay aggressive regardless and go try to get extra points.
Second down coming up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Jennings. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and the coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on it. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Utah State.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Colorado State Rams offense will try to get something going with their first possession. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe.
Ball in the air, intercepted! Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Timeout, Utah State.
Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the back. Hard running there.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. They ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And the Rams brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The Rams are flying down the field. He's going to pass. The sure hands, it's Bell. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The quarter comes to a close. Utah State has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw it again. Got his man downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Rams come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Utah State sending its offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
The give to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Jennings. Out of the backfield, he's open. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. New set of downs after that completion. Takes this handoff and headed to the right.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. To the ground to try to move the chains. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the catch, he's got enough. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Quick toss. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
The RPO fired complete to the left, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Catch in the middle. It's Avant. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I love the coverage in the back end by the secondary. That DB was glued to the wide receiver, just staying right behind him. He was able to locate the ball and get his paw out there to knock it down.
Looking for a man. It's Jennings. He's going to throw deep right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Avant. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback moving. Trying to make magic on the scramble. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire deep. And he makes the grab at the 20. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Rams will have it 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Getting some heat. He's got his man, makes the grab, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Rams are threatening in the red zone. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Avant. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Snapped it in the shotgun. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab on the left. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Fort Collins. And a really competitive game so far. I'm talking razor-thin margins in the big statistical categories. And while it may be a broken record, turnovers are the name of the game. The team that limits them, the ones that win that turnover margin, generally speaking, are the ones that have the best chance to get that done. And with that, let's send it back to our team at sunny Lubick Field.
And the Aggies will kick it away to crank up the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get into the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On second down, looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. Turns it on at midfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
He leaves it with his back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Got it in the middle, it's Bell. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it. And how about that one, running it too? Great push up front.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Bell. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. The Rams are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the deep.
Touchdown, Colorado State. They take the lead with the 6. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game?
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still happy.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. Utah State comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Plays are going to break down, but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get himself on the perimeter, and now he's just using his God-given ability and his arm talent to make big-time throws.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This Utah State offense has it going. They'll try it over the left side. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Gets it out quickly. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Play number 9 on this drive. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fast motion from the offense. Dances away again. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. Trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Stop short of the marker, and they stop for this defense, and they get the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check it. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. The give to the back.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
Throws to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly to the tight end. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Avant. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. All kinds of running room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Colorado State. And once he got loose, it was all over. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. South Alabama is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to North Texas.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Aggies! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. The defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
Here comes the biggest drive for this defense. They need this stop the way the rest of us need oxygen. If they don't get it, they're done. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his beat.
On first down.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun to give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll give it to the back. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. They'll try the run. At the 20, he's got space. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. And the Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. The clock keeps going tick, 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 tick as the offense takes a knee inside. A minute to go in this one. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of